What's up, everybody? Brandon with Strict Vision Athletics here with Justin Mercer.
Should we tell him this is number 2?
This is number 2. Take 2. Let him know. Let it flow. Yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, for sure. Thanks for bringing me on.
Oh, I appreciate
Sorry it
you.
took so long.
It's. I get it. You're a busy man. A very busy man.
Yeah, but I try to make time for people that are serious into this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
man. And we had briefly touched onto the branding thing, and I want to dive so deep into that here today. But that is, I want to say at the beginning, the very first thing that I picked up on upon seeing you was I'm like, that's brilliant. And we're local. We've been born and raised here. How long have you been doing that sort of, how long have you branded yourself in that way and been a realtor?
Oh, I'm only a year and a half, almost 2 years in.
Yeah. And I remember the very first time I saw it I wanted to say 2 years ago, but I want to make sure I had it right. When I saw it, I was like, I think that's going to be,
Was it the car?
That's going to be big. It was. Did you ever do ads that were either on
Instagram
yes, I saw that. And
I don't run them for leads. Like a lot of people do that for leads. I just do it for brand recognition. Like I'll just do $30-$40 here and there just to push my face and my brand out there. That's all it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, it's everything. And having that kind of mindset early on will help change things because it builds on itself so much.
Oh, yeah.
With time on your side, if you start early and you start with the right mindset, your business, whatever it is, if you brand it right, will do really good.
I had business cards before I was even done with school. I had my car wrapped and business cards before I was even graduated from school. Like I knew exactly what I was doing.
Did you have all the ink when you graduated school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had this for, I don't even know. The face only for like 5 years.
Okay.
3-4 years actually.
And at what point, because there had to have been a point where you realized, okay, this is not because of course to our parents, to a lot of people, having all that going on would be a negative in real estate. When did it click for you that no, this is actually me? This is
real estate?
Yeah, in real estate.
6 months in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it happened kind of fast. Whoa.
I already had plans like when I was going, like I didn't quit my job until February 2020.
Whoa.
So I had my license and
wow.
And then I wasn't really doing it
Yeah.
because I didn't think this would be a thing. Like the average agent their first year will sell 2 to 3 houses. So I was like, if I could sell 5, that would be like a dream come true.
Oh, heck yeah.
For a first year, like to double the average.
The expectation,
with my look.
the average.
So I'd be like, that would be unbelievable. Ended up selling 22.
Oh my word.
Yeah. So it was just
The first year?
First year, yeah.
Whoa.
Is this all in Arizona?
Arizona, yeah.
All local.
Yeah.
Did you have a primary market? Did you go all over the East Valley?
Yeah, I'll go any. Surprise. Maricopa, Gilbert, Chandler. I'll go.
Heck
I listed
yeah,
2
man.
houses this year in Prescott.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. So for the far houses, I mean, because I see you sometimes, I've seen your open house sign with your actual body. Guys, for you don't know, he's got an actual like body cutout of yourself. Like he's in there. I'm like, oh, dude, I want to stop and say hi. I'm not even in the market for a house.
I have people on my team that use my signs, and she'll tell me, somebody came, they're all looking for you. I disappointed them.
That's funny and a huge compliment, because if you can brand yourself not just as a realtor, but like as a figure that people want to just see, like if you can get, I hate this word, but if you can get fame while being in an industry that you are, it's work, that's incredible.
Have you seen the kid shirts I made?
No, but I've seen the energy drinks.
So
what are the kid shirts?
I just made kid shirts because I was getting to the point after I got the billboards where kids would come up to me left and right, or their parents would say, like me and my boys were at the porch in Gilbert, like having a couple of beers, and a parent came with her kid. Her kid's 9-year-old little girl, and she's like, she wants to take a picture of you so bad. She sees your. I'm like, are you serious? So I told the little girl, I was like, I'm not famous, right? And she's like, I know. Or she's the billboard.
Yeah, of course.
Perception is huge. And
Bro, the billboards.
People miss perception. Like I could be doing no business right now, and the way I put myself out there, people would think, like all my friends think I'm a millionaire. Like, because it's just I'm constantly doing.
You're
stuff.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
But like I dropped my kids off. I bought a limo. Have you seen the limo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I bought a limo
and a bus, and you have a bus.
I just bought the short bus.
You bought a short bus
2 days ago. But the limo I got it.
Is
wrapped.
the plan to wrap the short bus?
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it.
Yeah.
But the limo, I dropped the kids off at school, and every single kid in the school thinks my kids are famous and they're a millionaire because I drop them off in a limo and I pick them off in a limo. And like in reality, your mom's Toyota is twice the price of my limo, but these kids don't understand it.
That is such a good idea.
But to go deeper, like now they're going home and they're telling their mom and dad, oh, Camila dropped her dad. is the Tattooed Realtor, and he has a limo. It's creating conversations when I'm not even there. Like I've met like 4 or 5 people just at the gym. I just been back to the gym 2 weeks, and already 4 or 5 people. Oh, my kids know you because your kids go to EduPrize, right? I'm like, yeah. So there's so much more like in depth that people don't realize what branding and marketing can do.
Huge.
I hope you know I'm not going to have the conversation with Brandon to not get a wrap limo, because that will be his next idea. He'll be like, I want to copy him. Yeah.
Oh, I think
there was a serious conversation about getting a monkey.
It was. It's not legal.
It's unfortunate we can't get one.
You can't get one?
Apparently not.
Apparently not in Arizona. Much less, I think. Also, I would have to look into the HOA laws, but I think there'd be people that would want to stop us. But we literally have the conversation. I'm like, bro, what if I got like I'm not crazy. I wouldn't get an ape, but what if I got like a monkey, like a little
tiny one?
The capuchin like monkey in here? What would happen to
you
our
have the monkey bars?
He's
like,
dude, it would go
here.
nuts. People would go nuts. It'd be insane. But it's just finding a niche, finding something to make it weird. That's what I love so much. And your most recent one with the different heads of you, that poster, I'm like that's hilarious.
So I had billboards, and I had a conversation with the billboard lady because they've really never. Billboards aren't known to ever get a lot of business. Like a lot of people use them. Like besides lawyers, like people. Like
the tattooed lawyer. That's the other dude.
All of them. Like lawyers own a lot of the billboard space. But when I come to think about it, when I take approach of marketing, I don't ever look at myself as an agent. All I look at myself is as a consumer of any kind of product. So when I'm driving and I look at it, I know if I go outside here and I fall down and get hurt, I know how to call Lerner and Rowe. I know the anti-lawyer. I know call Raffy. Yeah. And why I know these people is constant. They're in my face all the time when I'm driving. And then the radio ads. Like if you were to get engaged tomorrow, do you know how to get the Shenko?
No,
I don't listen to the I don't listen to the radio though.
Oh, that's true.
Scottsdale Road, Tacoma, 1 mile south of Bell Road. You've never heard that commercial?
To be fair, neither one of us, because we're both home-based.
Well, there goes all my.
I'm not in the car all that much anymore.
Well, like when I do a marketing class and I ask people from Arizona how to get the Shenko, they laugh.
Because they've heard it so many times. Yeah.
So that's what I want to do in real estate. I just want to be that one name that. Because when realtors think when people want to buy a house, they just think them. I'm like, no, they don't think you. They think where they're moving. They think the schooling. They think how far away is it from work. Our payments going up. Where's the HOA? We're going to be farther away from my son. We're split. Like they have so much going on. Their first thought is not who do I know in real estate. Yeah. So if I can put myself out there enough, I mean, this is only almost 2 years in. There's people been in for 40 years. Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm going to lunch with the 72 Sold guy. Have you ever seen his stuff?
I have actually, I have seen his stuff.
He's like someone I look up to because he's that name right now in real estate. Just because he spends $1.2 million a month marketing.
A month?
$1.2 million a month.
I also wanted to ask how much those billboards run because I know they're not cheap.
They're all different, but I get a different price too. Like when I first reached out, I just I got a special price. Yeah. If someone ever wants to, like this NSYNC one is going down next week. Oh, okay. Someone's coming in to pay double what I pay.
Sounds about right.
Gotcha. Yeah, so is that how it works? You get it and you can continue to pay a monthly until someone pays more?
To it, but if someone wants the full price, then obviously they got to take me down. I understand.
I get it. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. No, it is. And it's incredibly effective.
Yeah. Depending on the freeway ones are a whole like electronic ones are a little cheaper. But they also rotate.
Yeah. So. Yeah. No, I have long seen marketing and branding as really the foundation of anything that you build. And that has been, I think, the most rewarding part of what we've done has been to see that if you can find a niche and then sort of corner it, you will grow. Even if you're not growing, the perception of growth will continue to go and then the results will follow. And that is what I've tried to do here. We didn't want to just be... At first, when I envisioned this, I just envisioned the facility like how I had trained at. I wanted somewhere high level. I wanted somewhere private. That was really it. It was really when we kind of came together that he pointed out, you're in this business and you think it's going one way. You need to pivot, and you have to also incorporate this. This is how this will grow. And that's why, to your earlier point, when we asked when we were outside, if we would move, we would. But it would be, we want to sort of create influencer, like a content creation facility that is also a gym.
Yeah.
Somewhere where both can be accomplished. And that's what's been so fun, is seeing that.
What's one of those niche gyms anyway? Like just the amount of work you put into this. Like, this is not something people would appreciate if you ran an ad. Like, if you ran an ad on this gym, they wouldn't appreciate as much as if you freaking stepped in this place. Like, this blows your mind when you see it in person. It's not something you can put out there. So I think it's the way you got to market too, that it's crazy.
It's the biggest piece that we have had to crack, is the marketing piece. That's really it. Once you have, because of course there's branding and marketing, they're similar but different. Now that we have really gotten a brand and we have something that's established and we're comfortable in our feet, it's figuring out ways to put eyes on it.
Yeah.
And put eyes on it in a way, because we're a very unique brand in what we offer, in that our, the geographic location of here can really only foster a certain number of people, a certain number of high-end clients. Yeah. That's where we end up. But then there's also the marketing with online training, which has, no ceiling, has no geographic location, can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Figuring out the different ways to advertise, because the different products have to require different methods. And that's what I think we're still learning and trying to learn with this apparel brand that we're starting. It's interesting to really learn, especially through social media. And I think that is one question I wanted to ask you. How much do you see your marketing, because obviously the billboard and your word of mouth locally is enormous. How do you see your brand growing from a social media standpoint, and it taking this, the sky's the limit, a reality show, anything. How do you see that happening?
So it's a long answer.
Yeah.
But, I do half my business on social media. Mm-hmm. It's not just people who follow me. It's people. Have you ever seen one of my videos when I try to be funny?
I haven't seen a funny
I did a video where someone was showing a house and I was the Ring character and I was scaring them out of the house.
Yes, I did see that.
I had one where I was showing a house as a prisoner because people perceive me as a prisoner. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make a video showing a guy a house. And I use all prison terms when they're in the house, But it's those videos have all gotten me clients. I had a video. I get a lot of people that support me. I get a lot of haters, but a lot of people that support me. So I was like, I'm gonna show this video, and I wanted to go one direction, but I wanted to throw a loop at the end. So I pulled up an email, and it said, "Hey Justin, thanks for showing me and my wife around today. We just decided that your look was too much for us, and we're gonna go with a different agent." And the video started off with that email. So people were just getting fired up. And they started commenting before they even watched the whole video. It's only 30 seconds. Watch the whole video.
Yeah.
So they were getting fired up. But when the camera turns to me, I'm reading the email, and I'm in a pink fishnet skirt, and I have an S&M mask, and I pull the mask off, and I spit a ball gag out. And I'm like, can you believe how stuck up people are? So the whole thing is they thought it was the tattoo.
Yeah, but in reality, your look was just too much for us.
That one video has gotten me 5 deals.
Oh my
and it wasn't people that were following me, because the people that follow me know I'm in the business. So I just hope that people who know, love, and trust me are going to use me. That's the hope. But the marketing piece is that video got shared 500 times, and now I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, which is the max.
Yeah.
But now when someone's press share, now I'm in front of 5,000 plus their 300.
Mm-hmm.
Now another person press share, and I'm in front of their 2,000. So I tell people real estate's boring. It's boring as fuck. Unless you're not in the industry, you're bored by it.
Yeah,
People aren't watching videos. So I look at it I bought 2 houses and I sold 2 houses as a consumer before I was even in the industry, before I even wanted to be in there. I didn't care about market updates. I didn't care about house tours. I was buying a house and I didn't look at one market update. And I had friends that were agents because I just assumed the person I was working with knew.
Yeah.
So when I do videos, I see so many agents. They're just sitting there in the desk and they're telling them, "Oh, look at the market median price in Queen Creek." And I'm like, people don't care.
No,
my videos are I'm trying to make them laugh so they hit the share and they're going to know I'm in the business. That's it. Those are the 2 things I care about when I do a video.
You're a realtor. They also don't usually care. People who don't have a realtor aren't really that picky about who they select. Mm-hmm. So if they just see you and you just entertain them, I'd pick you.
I
totally would.
Everything I do is get my foot in the door.
Yeah,
that's all you need is
even if all they do is comment to you, that was funny.
Yeah,
that's all it takes.
But
now
you
can talk to them.
Now you can show them what you're about.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm funny. That was a great video. I was in a ball. Got great. But
that is funny.
I sold 23 houses my first year. I teach contract writing classes. I run a team at a high level. Like, here's what I can do for you. Here's what I've done for other people. Like, my foot's in the door.
Yes.
This is what gets me in front of you. Now let me show you what I can do.
Exactly.
Because my whole marketing strategy when I first joined was to just go after tattooed people. Like, I wanted tattooed people, bikers, extreme bikers, like motocross. Like, those are the type of people I thought would resonate with me.
Mm-hmm.
When I got in the business, then you realize 5% of the agents do 95% of the business.
Yeah.
Like, that's
wow.
5% of agents in Arizona do 95% of the business.
That's insane.
That's
Because
insane,
there's so many part-time jobs. There's so many people that don't know what they're doing. So now my marketing strategy is, if you don't use me, I feel sorry for you. Because I'm not one of those part-time agents. I'm not one of those agents that don't take this seriously. Like,
Yeah.
there's agents that have been in for 5 years, and I'm like, what are you writing this contract like this for? Like, you totally putting them in a bad position. So it's just like, long answer, like, this thing, like, this whole thing has been blown up because of social media, and people don't understand how powerful it is. Like, those billboards I have for NSYNC, they're not to get people that drive by to laugh. They're to get the story shares. You know how many times it's been on a story? It's been up for a week. It's been on 100 stories.
Yeah, I've seen it.
The
People
one
are
in
taking pictures in
Arcadia,
front of it. People,
So I told
looking up at it.
I told the billboard lady, because you pay per view. So, like, they put sticks down and how many times, like, they just assume how many eyes go to it.
Okay.
So that each billboard's a different cost because of different views.
Oh, interesting.
So
I didn't know
told
that.
them, they price them based on how many people
How
drive.
many people drive by.
A freeway one's a lot more expensive than a side street one and stuff
Sure.
like that. So I told her, I was like, hey, like, here's my idea. Like, I want to just do fucking crazy billboards because I want somebody to put them on their story. And now when someone shares them on social media, that's a whole view count you didn't get.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that you're not getting charged for.
Oh, yeah. And it's
her first
organic.
thought, she's like-
Exactly.
she's like, I can't really tell you you're wrong because everything you've done has worked.
Yeah.
Like that billboard down the street, they had someone on there for a year. They got nothing.
Yeah.
Opposite
Really.
side, it was a husband and wife. They were in a white.
I remember.
White button.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
No one, and it had
No
a
one-
bunch of writing on it. No one cared.
No.
Like, so I just used something to attract eyes, and like that one in the Arcadia, have you seen with the dinosaurs? And
Yes. Yes, I
Abraham
have.
Lincoln? Like, it's just made for
and
people to take a
using that,
picture.
even if they post it, then you repost it. Now you've got content. It's coming in. People are creating your content for you.
And the
that's-
negative is, oh, he's such a child. Look at that's so childish. But those are the same people. If I was in there in a suit and tie saying, "Little, buy a house for me and save." Whatever it is, they're still going to have something to say
people.
about it.
That's no. That's,
Everyone, and if you're doing anything on social media, there's going to be people who hate you regardless of who you are.
no one. It's the internet. No one agrees.
Yeah. And then I had a situation on Facebook where someone took a picture of my Arcadia billboard. This is before I did the dinosaur one. It was just me. It was the same one that was out here. It was just Tattooed Realtor.
Yeah.
She put it on her social media. She's an agent. She's been an agent for 10 years. And she's saying, I can't believe this is a thing, and blah, blah, blah. She's like bashing me. And I had someone that followed her saw it was me, so they sent it to me. It's
Of course,
cool.
yeah.
So I go over there, and 3 other agents that commented on it saying, he's so gross. Oh, I bet that's all he has, and all this stuff. So I'm like, cool. So I share it on my Facebook. And when I shared, I put the comment, I said, hey, it's great that you feel this way. I just challenge you one thing. Don't erase this post. I said, feel however you want about it. You want to talk shit about me behind my back. Just do me one favor. Don't erase this post. I shared it. It went from 5 comments to 215 in 15 minutes. Like, people were just lighting her up.
Oh, yeah.
Then she just sees all these people like,
yeah.
who the fuck would work with you? You just bash people. Like, this is unprovoked negativity. Like, people hate
The
unprovoked.
best way to get comments.
So,
Unprovoked.
Like, and people are like,
true,
I'm sorry she put that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sorry.
Not at
All
all.
she's doing, she flooded my DMs for 2 different days. Like, her putting that flooded my DMs. And then I had people from title companies like looking up her numbers. She's like, it's funny how you're making fun of them, and they post her numbers and they post my numbers. Like, 'cause they're
People are trolls. All that information's public, and they will find it.
They're like,
They'll
look
find
who
it,
you're making fun of. And then after she sees all this, she erases it.
Of
obviously.
course.
So like, it makes me laugh. And then the next day, the president of her brokerage called me. He's like, hey, I'm sorry. Like, my agents don't realize how powerful social media is. I'm like, oh, I know. Like, they started. So all these people now were fired up because of her. They went on her broker's page and started
Get out of here.
Started negative bashing the entire brokerage. And
Oh my God.
So I had to go on there and say, hey, these are good people. Like, I know a lot of agents at brokerage.
Right.
I'm like, stop bashing their brokerage. One person does not speak for it. So he called me. She's like, she's going to be publicly, she's going to be apologized. She never apologized.
Of course not.
He did for her, but I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm not upset one bit.
No.
I said, these people are, I said, I don't need to go.
Comment's a
and bash her.
comment.
I said, she's going to ruin herself.
She's infamous now. She's infamous
But
for calling
these
out.
people are just so like narrow thinkers. Like, no matter what you do, if you're an agent that is a suit and tie, preppy kid from high school, like one of these agents compared to me, we both have a marketing strategy, and we go to the market with a strategy. No matter what him or I do, we're only going to get 33% of the people. Like, that's a proven fact through all marketing. You only get a target of like 33% of people.
Sure.
Then you're just hoping you go after. So I just assume 33% of people are going to statistically like what I'm doing. 33% are going to hate it. And then
the rest
33
won't see it or indifferent. Yeah.
So I'm just like, no matter if this guy does something that's perfect and Lily and this is what it's been doing for 25 years, he's not going to get everybody.
No.
So these people come in and they just bash you because you're doing something different. And you're realizing, like, I get the same amount of people you get.
Yeah.
It's just
if not more.
If not more now. Situation, that's why social media is so powerful, is that you have no end to the number of people that can see what you do. And that's what's incredible. It's just a numbers game.
I get in front of everybody I can.
Oh, yeah.
So where do you see yourself going long term? Are you going to stay in Arizona or are you branching off into other states?
No, I'll just stay here.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had...
it's an amazing emerging market. Arizona's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm really wanting to get that reality show. Like,
so what I mentioned is actually true. You want to get a reality show.
I've had 2 people reach out to me. And it's never turned into anything. And now I talk about it. I never used to talk about it because... I didn't want to jinx it, but now I'm just like, if it happens, it happens. If not, like, the fact that they
and the fact
even
you've
gave
been
me
an
a
actor
shot,
prior to this. I mean, you have experience. You've done some stuff in the industry. It would come, I'm sure, quite naturally.
Well, I'm like I'm not a very social. I'm the most social, antisocial person. Like, even talking to you, like, I get nervous. Like, I'm probably sweating more than I should, just because you guys are strangers and you reached out to me.
Yeah.
And, like, you've showed interest in me. So I'm just like, why the fuck are they interested? Like, I have that crazy mindset, and like that's when I meet people out. Like, I put myself out there, but when you come up to me, I don't care who you are. Like, I get nervous. Like, I'm just like, oh, why'd they come up? Like, so like,
it's weird, isn't it? It's And if you. Again, you and I are doing the same thing. When you drive around in a wrapped vehicle, like with you and your brand on there, because people don't know me for being famous, but the brand is getting kind of famous.
I saw you driving 2 days ago.
I seen you driving a couple days ago.
I didn't know you had your. I was driving the bus. When I picked up the bus from the.
I haven't seen the bus, but I've seen the car.
You drove by the bus.
Did I really?
Like, if I had this rap, he'd know exactly who it was, because you drove right by me, because I just picked up the bus and I was going down the 60, and I didn't know you had a wrap truck.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'm going to his house tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you were like literally like next to me.
Yeah.
And you didn't look over, but I'm like,
did you recognize it, like the truck to the social media? Could you see like, oh, that is that guy's strict vision? Awesome.
And the colors too.
Like, and the colors yellow, and the blue, because the pictures are. When I do eventually redo it on another vehicle or something, I'll do it differently. But I love driving around in that thing because it does provide you a way to, like I said, people are, it's not to the point, not usually where people would just see my face and be like, you're the guy from, but people see that and I get out and then they're like, I love your TikTok. I love the content you make. It's funny and
they recognize you.
Yeah, everybody recognizes from the truck. It's the same thing that you're doing, bringing people in and then also showing them, oh, and hey, by the way, I closed 22 houses this month. This is what I know how to do. Here's what I'm going to do for you on a professional scale.
Yeah.
That is where I started, and the second part coming in now. And that's what I like the most about doing it the way that we have sort of crafted, is that this is based on a real foundation of actual knowledge. There's some great stuff that has, and it's not like it's just me. We've got a lot of great people, coaches, trainers, and people who have really influenced this. And it's now a place where a professional athlete could certainly come in here and get ready to go and get off the season.
It goes back to what we just talked about. Like, this gym is a way to get your foot in the door. Mm-hmm. Like, you look at it because of the yellow, the blue. Then you come to find out once you have a conversation, your foot's in the door because of what you did. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't know you were in trained NFL caliber type people. Like, that's something. There's so many fly-by-night trainers. Like, how many trainers are there? A million trainers, and how am I actually know what they're doing to a T? Maybe 5%, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Generous, maybe.
So that's like, stuff like this is...
There's a lot of trainers.
Like, that car wrap would get me to talk to you. Like, if I was looking for a trainer. Yeah. Like, seeing this gym's going to get me to talk to you. Uh-huh. But then once I find out, oh, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, you got an ice bath, and you were talking about the after strength training, how you do the cross or the
contrast therapy.
Yeah. Like, people aren't doing that. So, like, this would have got your foot in the door. All this is what's going to keep me in business with you.
It was something early on that you said, you could be the greatest trainer in the whole world. If nobody sees you or your brand, it won't matter. Mm-hmm. And that's the sort of balance you have to make is between, okay, I'm a realtor or am I a marketer? How do I do both? How do I grow both together? One will complement the other, and without either one of them will die. You can advertise. Today, sitting here today, I honestly would say branding awareness is more important than the foundation that I laid in the beginning, just because you see people today that if I had a great product but I didn't have marketing, I'd die. But with the power of social media, if I even have, how many people do we know with mediocre or poor products that have amazing followings? Think about those.
McDonald's is garbage burgers.
Yes.
Five Guys is 20 times better than McDonald's, but Five Guys has not been in the business since the 60s, throwing millions and billions of dollars on that advertising.
In the advertising.
Now I want Five Guys, so thank you for that.
Oh, I know, too. Are you hungry?
But like reality, like that just shows you. Like, it's just McDonald's, their burgers are garbage.
Yeah.
But every time I'm hungry, I go to McDonald's because it's quick, it's easy. I know it's
really.
I know it's quick, cheap, and easy.
I haven't ate there since like freshman year of college.
Yeah, it's college.
I won't eat there again because I saw somebody had a burger in a storage unit, and the storage unit has been open for 20 years, and it was a bag of McDonald's. I guess someone probably left it in there for 20 years. The burger looked the exact same. So they went and got the same meal, and they put them side by side. This was in a storage unit for 20 years, and this is now, and they looked identical. Like the cheese was in a square, like not.
Oh my god,
it's crazy. Like
that's
I
so
couldn't
crazy.
eat it, and the fries were like they looked the exact same.
Yep.
Like one looked a little bit more fresh, obviously, but I'm just like, that's 20 years. It turned me off from going to McDonald's.
It's man. The food that is available today in large quantities is so terrible for us. That's just,
That's some real estate did to me. Like I gained 25, 30 pounds.
From doing real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're eating on the go. You're always
driving. Fast food is, yeah.
So I'm like, I blew up after getting, like, I used to be in semi-decent shape. But now
I was about to say, I mean, I've seen you lift and you did incline over 300 pounds. You say you're a football
like 405, yeah. But that was like
so
the max
much.
ever. I can't get that now.
That's a lot.
I can't get that now.
But
but I also, if I go to the gym 2 times a week, I'm definitely one of those is going to be chest days.
You're going to be chest day.
I don't even think I can squat 405. Like I know I can't squat 405.
Maybe deadlift
I don't think
405.
I can now.
I don't think I can squat 405. No way.
I'm playing flag football again for fun because I used to play at high level. We used to travel. Like it was a heavy travel league. Like I played with Kwame Lassiter, Steve Breast.
Are we talking flag football or are we talking
flag football?
Flag football. Really?
I played with Don McNabb 2 games.
Really?
That's
awesome.
We had We had Cedric Bonner on one of our teams for 3 or 4 games. Like
you're blowing my mind. I did not know that the pros were doing flag football.
Oh yeah, but it's full contact, but you just can't tackle.
You just can't tackle the guy.
Bring you out of the ball. But when you're on the line, like we banging into each other.
You hit each other. And,
so like we were traveling, and now I took all that off. I stopped playing, but I just started playing again. I'm 37,
feeling it,
and I'm like, bro, I'm gasping for air. Like I can't. These young kids that are 22 are now like, I used to throw these kids around, and now they're
running around you.
Beat up. I'm like, oh shit, I used to be good. It hits an ego.
It happens, and it happens right around I think like 32.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Oh shit!
I mean, it's happening to me. I'll be honest. A lot of the stuff I've done, I think, man, fingers crossed, because you never really know. But I think a lot of the PT, the yoga, the stretching, the ice, all of that stuff I've done is somehow paying off, because I do feel great. Yeah. I mean, we just went.
You look terrible, though.
Thanks, man. I feel like it works, but it's tough because you can only feel it at one time as me. So you never know. But no. It hits us.
I'm hitting it hard again Monday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where do you train at? You go to...
EOS in Mountainside. But
nice.
I think I'm going to start going back to Lifetime, because I just moved like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Yeah, so I'm right down the street from downtown Gilbert. But I'm like,
awesome.
Oh, so you're right in
it's
just right in the heart of it.
Like, you got to, at some point, you got to start respecting yourself a little bit more. Like, I'm so tired all the time. I'm putting shit into my body left and right. And I'm just like, at one point, when am I going to start? I'm trying to change my mindset in real estate, because I'm coming to find out fast. I want to be one of those 100-unit agents. Like I hit 22 my first year, which is crazy. I'm gonna hit 40 this year. Yeah. Like, how am I gonna get to 80? How am I gonna get to 100? And the only thing I can do is change my mindset, because I have no systems. Like, I don't have any follow-up systems. I don't have a CRM. like all the things the top agents have, I don't have. Like I feel weird calling you and saying, hey, nice to see you. How you doing? Like, how's the family? Just to let you know I'm in the game. Like people do that.
And call their old clients and whatnot.
But I feel like, how am I gonna? I need to change my mindset. Like if I really want to be 100, like you're only as good as your system. So I went to a speaker and he was talking about you can have a $4 million vision, but if your systems are at $1 million, that's what you're gonna make. It's like, so I have
that is wise.
Yeah,
you should hire an assistant and just have them like
So
run the CRM system.
Isn't this crazy? Like the similarities between what he's doing and what we are quite literally right now looking for a virtual assistant to take that on. Yes, to do our organic lead growth through primarily Facebook, to follow up, to book appointments, to
Philippines
build up.
We have on the team. We have 5 ISAs and VAs in the Philippines.
In the Philippines, yeah, that's
And
what
2
Jake
of them
uses. Said thing,
They're
same thing.
crazy good too, and the English is spot on. Like
really,
you can interview them too, and you come to find out like these people, and you're doing them. It's so crazy. Like we have conversations.
How'd you find them?
Just the team.
Okay.
Through our brokerage, they had one person we reached out to like a year and a half ago, and we still have him. But these people, like we call them, they're in the middle of a typhoon.
Yeah,
like
a literal typhoon.
Yeah, one of our ladies is like, my husband's out bailing the roof on so it doesn't fly away. Like one guy had a fucking huge snake in his house. He's like, oh yeah, we kill these things all the time. Like the life they live is so crazy. Like you don't realize how blessed we are.
Oh,
that's insane.
Wow, the snake thing. How do you think you deal with that?
I wouldn't do
as
that.
long as they have the internet,
snakes.
They are just golden. Like they will sit there and their house is flooded. They have snakes and they're living in poverty.
Yeah.
As long as they have the internet.
As long as they can get the internet, they can make money. They can
make money for them. Like we're helping these people. Like So I don't I want to get a VA and one of these.
No, that is going to happen for us very soon. That's funny. We're both in the market, but it like you said, you're only as good as the efficiency of your systems, and that's a big thing. I'm trying to make this into something that can be replicated for our client base, but in order to do that, you've got to be able to show systems, and yours could be the same. You're creating a model of how to do a marketing scheme with real estate, and that is something that people will buy from you. People will buy your package. People will want your package, but you've got to show that it works, and we're the same way. It works, but I got to be able to show you how it works.
Yeah, there's been when I looked up Tattooed Realtor, like when I first started, like when I decided to go heavy into this, like it got to a point in my life where my life couldn't get worse because I want to do this 10 years ago, and my thought process was society won't let you, and it's just all my thinking. It was me tearing me down.
Yeah.
So it was just, society does not want you to do this. I'll never be able to be a lawyer, a doctor, a professional setting. I'll never be a CEO. I'll never be a real estate agent because of my look.
Yeah.
So I was driving a semi, and that semi ruined my life. Like it ruined 2 marriages. It ruined my relationship with my kids.
Oh man.
It got to the point in September 2019, like I was in the corner of my room, like crying. Like I was just like, my life can't get fucking worse. I just got divorced. The lady I got divorced for was not the mother of my 2 kids. She took care of them like they were her own kids, but they weren't her kids. So her leaving put me in a position where I work at midnight. I don't get off till noon. Like I can't have my kids half time. Like the schedule is half time, but when I go to work, she takes them to school. She takes care of them when I get home. Like so, our schedule worked out.
Yeah.
Now she's gone.
Now she's gone. Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm at this career that's drove me to the fucking ground over 13 years, and people don't understand when you're in this is going out to 85% of the audience who are gonna shake their head as soon as they hear this. Like, I would drive to work and get anxiety, like have anxiety attacks on the way to work because I already think of my whole day. Like I thought out my whole entire day, and I know I'm going to work now. I'm not gonna be home till here. Then I have to sleep for 1 hour. Then I have to go get my kids. Then I have to eat dinner. Then I have to try to go to the gym. I'm gonna skip the gym. Then I have to put my kids to bed. I'm gonna sleep for another hour before I go back to work. And then on Sunday when my day's off, all I'm thinking about is Monday. So I don't enjoy my Sundays. My wife's like, let's do this. Like, no, I'm tired. Hey, let's go take the kids. No, I'm tired. Like it puts you in a mindset. You're always tired and you're always miserable. So her and I had a great relationship, but I was not happy. So like when it finally ended, like I'm in the corner of my room, like physically crying. Like I'm just like, I just lost her. I just lost my kids. I gotta go fucking back to work tomorrow. I gotta sell this house. Like all this stuff just hit me, and I just said, fuck it. Like I'm going to do real estate. So I'm just like, my life cannot get worse than it is right now.
Yeah.
So even if this doesn't work, like, oh well, it's not going to get worse. So
Yeah.
it put me in a position to finally do what I wanted to do. And it's like, it completely changed my life. So it's just like, I can, where would we start? Because this was going off on something.
No,
Where did
please.
it, no, but what did
Continue.
it stem from? Because I was trying to get to a point. And I
Oh
just-
boy, brother!
When I started
I'll be
going-
honest with you. You got me in this story, so I don't remember.
Yeah, but
that
it's
is
just like, I've been through the fucking worst. So like, not only like when you get in the correct mindset, we're talking.
That's
about
what
mindset,
it. Yeah, mindset. Yeah,
When you get in the mindset where like, and I know how powerful that can change someone. So like, I will not fail in real estate because I know what's back there. Like a lot of people have never been there. They've never been in their room crying as a grown man. Like, what am I gonna do? So like, no matter what you do. I forgot where we're going with this. Like, this whole story had a point. But, I mean, it also gives you where I came from, too. Like,
thank you.
This marketing is not... I didn't go to marketing school. I didn't have this plan. My plan was, how do I not get back there?
It's
Like, I don't care what I do.
It's a real motivator.
It can't. So, this wasn't something that... I started looking up the Tattooed Realtor. So
yes.
at that point, when I was in my room, like physically crying, I called him to work that night because I was just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, and I know I work 12-hour days. I just lost my kids. The next day, I looked up the Tattooed Realtor, like tattooed agents, inked realtors, and I saw a bunch, 25. There was a lady in Gilbert, and I was like, how am I gonna outdo these people? Like, all they're doing is they're saying they're the Tattooed Realtor, and they put it on a business card, and they put it in their bio on Instagram.
Yeah.
And they're not, to me, that's not branding. That's not marketing. I don't know what branding marketing is. I fucking drove a semi before for 13 years. I was a teacher for 5 years. Then I drove a semi for 13. I've never went to marketing school or branding school. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I know street smarts. I know I got to get in front of people. I know I got to stand out. I know that I'm going into an industry where there's 50,000 agents. And there's going to be one that's doing what I do. At a level, I'm going to do it.
Wow.
So that's when I was going to school. I was just thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I started thinking as a consumer, not a realtor. That's why I knew I was going to attack social media because I didn't know any names. Like, so when I was like, who's the most famous realtor I know? And I'm like, Russell Shaw, just because he's been doing it 40 years and he's been on the radio. So that's the only person I knew in real estate.
Yeah.
Off the top of mind. So I'm
Everyone
like,
else.
my whole goal is to be that name.
Bigger Pockets. You can always listen to them.
Who?
The podcast, Bigger Pockets.
Bigger Pockets, yeah.
Yeah. So
They
I was
have
just,
a realtor.
I think there's money in fame. So I just wanted to do
Oh, yeah.
whatever I can to become a name because there's money in just being that household name. So
Because it's not just people are not just paying to sell their house now. They want you. They want the experience of working with you.
Yeah.
And that's what I've noticed a lot, and what we do as well is that. Again, I give credit so much to the branding of where this place is, more so than my personality. But the process and really the whole, undertaking of training here creates an environment. It's a place where you can only go to find that, and that's what people are also getting at as you grow and as your brand expands. They want to know, hey, I wonder what this guy's actually kind of what he's like. Let me. I know he's all over the place. Let me work with him.
Yeah,
and
like I could want to be a personal trainer. I can't duplicate what you put here. Like, I can be in here and I can copy everything you do, and you're not gonna get the same experience. Like, someone you've created a vision, and you're this gym. Like, this is you. That's what I wanted to embody in real estate. Like, this is me. Like, I'm creating something that no one can duplicate. Like, a lot of people use, you ever heard of R&D?
Yes.
Rip off and duplicate. I don't believe in that. Like, I'm like, you don't rip off and duplicate. You rip off and make it better. If you're gonna rip somebody off, make it better or make it your own. Those two.
I'm into that.
Like, stop duplicating. Like, so like,
not about who did it first, it's who did it best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I just constantly thinking. You ever you guys go to sleep? You ever just stay up for like 40 minutes in bed
On your phone. Scrolling.
I just sit there and think. And I'm just thinking, this is what sets me apart. Like, I'm constantly thinking about real estate. When I'm in bed for 40 minutes, I'm staying awake. I'm like, what am I going to do next? What's somebody else doing? How can I make it better? Like, those are the type of people that are just going to
turn it. Yes.
Yeah.
Have it always running. No, 100%. And you have to be so vested in all the details of what you're doing in order to really make it your own and to make it successful, and always be it. We were just talking about this. I said, do you ever have a day where you don't really work? He's like, no.
I've never worked.
Sunday, but it's like, it doesn't feel like it's work. And that's why when people say, like, I'm like, I don't know. I hang out in my garage and people come and work out with me. I don't really work in the way that you feel like it is. It's different.
I feel guilty sometimes. Like I watch people at the gas station. I'll sit there and I can see how miserable the guy at the SRP truck is. I can see him just like, man. I feel guilty because I'm like, I put myself in a position where like I don't fucking ever think about work. Like I go to bed, I don't think about work. On Sunday, I don't think about work. I just worked today and I don't even know I did. Like last night was 1 o'clock in the morning. And
I guess we're technically working now.
at the show house at 8 in the morning, and I'm not sitting there at 1 in the morning thinking like, oh, I gotta work tomorrow.
No,
like, it's not. I've never done that since I quit. Since February 2020, the last day I ever worked.
Oh, you got it.
This is a dream. Like I go to the office every day, Monday through Friday, and it's not. I don't ever dread it ever.
No,
I love it. I love the position I put myself in. I love meeting new people. So it's just when you can get in a position where you don't work, like your life will freaking change. Like
you just the happiness that follows you everywhere you go. It's the only way I could ever be successful is to create it myself, is to allow it to grow and make it into something to where I think about it, but it's not ever a burden, and I never feel like I'm burnt out. A lot of people tell me people said like, okay, if you do this, you're going to burn out. Like you're going to burn out as a trainer. I'm like, there's no way.
But you also sitting here and you're like, I fucking built this.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever just sit here and just look like this is mine? Like,
yeah,
you're like shocked that you did it.
Yes.
Like I never thought I could accomplish this. Like I drive that billboard is not just for lead gen. It's not just to get like I drive by it sometimes. I sit there and it's just like it's a surreal moment. Like a fucking year and a half ago, I'm in my room crying because I can't put myself in a good position in life. Like,
that is an amazing story.
I feel like just because I did this to myself, I can't ever portray myself as a professional. I can't ever do what I want to do because I did this to myself.
Right.
And now I drive by and I'm just like, fuck, like that's you. Like you're up there. Like who cares? Like if that didn't get anybody, it gets me fired up.
Yeah.
Like, that's
man.
what pushes me. Like I look at them like a year and a half ago, I'm in my room crying. Like if I didn't have kids, I 100% would have committed suicide. But it was that serious of a moment in my life where I was just like, look what the fuck you did with your life. You're here. Now, if you want to live to your 80, you got 40 more years of being this fucking low. Do you really want to do that? And like, I'm just like, and now I drive by it in a year and a half. Like, this is what you created in a year and a half. So now I'm on this high. Like, what else can I do? Like, I don't want this to be the pinnacle. So I lay in bed. Now my stresses aren't work. My stresses are like, shit, you built this. Now how do you build it bigger?
Yeah. One brilliant idea that I know has been recent has been the iteration of those energy drinks that you're doing. You're branding, you're making things that aren't real estate. And that's what it's a ripple effect.
Just to get my foot
Get into stuff that
20
isn't.
people like, I want to sell your drink. And now I'm like, oh, this was just for promotion. Now I got to legitimately reach out to an energy company and be like, hey, I maybe have an opportunity for you that I can get in a bunch of stores.
Yeah.
Because people just like the name, the can. I should have fucking brought some. I'll drop some off.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about them. Depends on what they are.
Okay.
What I don't drink Red
But you'll
Bull.
drink one just for fun.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
totally. Oh yeah, I'll drink it.
The can, and I'm not one to toot my own horn. Like I try to be a realist, like anything I do.
Yeah.
But like I look at it, I'm like, dude, this is kind of dope. Like I look at it, like I was a little shocked. But it has fake tattoos on it. It's all my colors. It says ink the drink. Like it's just a cool energy drink.
It's a cool looking logo, and that is. I don't know that I can create a product that is more based on how it appears to the visual eye than an energy drink. Because think about it. I mean, in an energy drink, when you first see it, you're like, okay, all of these are going to be different. That's the one I want. It looks this way. Energy drinks.
That's how I got on Monster. Like I like Monster now. Like the taste of
just
the
because it
Monster.
looked cool with the big
That was
jaggedy
just cool.
M.
Like I like the M, and then a motocross guy had it. So that guy.
Yeah.
I know we were going off on marketing, different approaches, and we talked about social media. And I remember I said this is going to be a long process.
Yeah.
So I constantly try to change, and I have this idea, and it worked. Like because you're talking about how do I grow it? And it's hard to grow when you can't physically show it to somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
But the way you can do that is through influencers, because you brought up influencers. So like if you had a TikTok star who had 5 million followers there and he's here working out, that is marketing. You're giving. I give this guy free sessions. Like, hey, I'm gonna give you free. So what I want to do is I want to approach a TikToker. I want to approach an Instagram influencer that has 3-4 million. Say, hey, I'll give you $5,000. Let me just show you. Let me take you on house tour. You can pretend because perception's everything. And you tell me these people aren't really living for fake life, you're insane. Like some of these people that are on yachts and they're making $50,000 a year, like because they have 3 million followers.
Yeah.
So it does put you in a good position, but people perception is big. So if I'll take you to a $4 million house. You can put it on your story as if you're house shopping.
Yeah.
Like I know you live in an apartment in Scottsdale, like, but you got this.
You can still show it as if you're going to be. Yeah.
You're it. So like win-win situation. I'll give you money. I'll take you on a house tour.
It's a good idea. Great idea.
All I want you to
actually
do is tag me in your story.
Yeah.
Out with my realtor. Yeah. Like out with my realtor, and we're showing houses are posted on your. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Put it on your story or put a post about me. So, but that's a marketing approach I want to start looking into. And I know someone's gonna. I hope someone doesn't hear me and rip this off, but you got to think differently, dude. Just think what are people doing differently? Like social media is huge right now. It's insane the amount of people that are on social media.
It's everyone. Everyone I know is on social media except for Logan. That's it. Like one human being I know isn't. Everyone else is.
Yeah. So I really want to explore that now into my career. Like I want to take.
I think honestly, man. I mean, I don't want to, but I think honestly, we could definitely collaborate on something. I think there is something really cool that we should definitely do together on TikTok, on all of that, because it's
But that's brand. That's brand. People constantly like when you have those 10 million TikTok followers and you're now monetizing off of that. Your whole stress is I need to make content, like content that's going to share. Yeah. So it's going to help them out too. Like here's some content. Like let's go tour dope ass $5 million mansion. And you can take videos of the pool. You walk in, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, he's a TikTok star now. He's buying this $5 million house. Like he's the shit. Like whether he can afford it or not. Like it's still content for you. It's great for me. Like it's a win-win situation. Let's
it's just a boomerang of the pool. Yeah. It's just incredible. People love to see that. It doesn't.
If I'm in
your
story and you got 5 million followers, I'm gonna get 100, like
a couple hundred at least, like a couple, especially if it's TikTok.
And it's gonna be curiosity people too, like because. My look especially, like that guy's a fucking realtor. They're gonna click on my thing, and now they're gonna see it.
Then they see the tattooed realtor. They're like, "Oh, this guy. Hang on, he actually is, and this is his brand. Not only is he in this, he's in this as this character." Yeah.
So when you talked about social media and how that's changed my career and how it can change, I'm like, I'm trying to eat off of social media. Like I'm trying to.
Oh, us too.
Yeah. But like you, the same. Like this gym would get a whole different look if you had whoever you've been on TikTok.
Yeah.
If you had Bella Porch in here.
Yeah.
Like, obviously.
No, 100%. And finding, allowing the market to do the work for you. That's the coolest thing about this. And whether it's we get a lot of companies that have a brand new piece of equipment they want to start or showcase. And so they'll send it to us and we'll do a product of the week. We'll do this or that where we compare it to something else. That's a lot of the kinds of content that we're branching into now. And I had a conversation with Sarah over at Fit Fighter. She's got this really dope piece of technology they've made out of fire hoses. So they make weights now out of fire hoses, and they do this whole certification.
Were they on Shark Tank?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she is, we're going to do some kind of a cool partnership with them. We're going to do a certification course together. And I mentioned to her, of course, that we're branching into a garage gym setup module that we're going to start putting together for people who want to make this and make it into an actual company or just want to make it for themselves. But reaching out to someone like Sarah and having an affiliate program ready, that's something that will allow us to then offer and, co-collaborate with somebody who's already been on Shark Tank and already has a cool feature and offer that to the people who basically purchase from us, who want to get this garage going the way they want it, and now we can offer that. Yeah. And so, allowing the market to work for you by working with people who have obviously different followers is going to be huge.
Oh,
yeah.
So now, I hope no one rips that off.
I know. Both those ideas are very darn good.
We have like a 2 or 3 week timeline until this will be posted, so you better just jump on that.
No, it's live. It's live on there.
That's a good point.
It's live on TikTok.
They can't go back and watch it. So maybe they
famous people. Let me know. I'll take some houses. Well, my friend, her name's Aria Wolf. She has got 3 million followers on TikTok.
Wow.
She was looking at a house, and that's kind of got me started on the ideas. She was touring the house for her TikTok, and then she tagged me in it. I had probably 2,000-3,000 followers that same day.
Oh my gosh!
TikTok blew up just from her putting me on one story.
Yeah, I bet.
So that's TikTok. So
Heidi Powell lives in this neighborhood. She's a few doors down actually from here. The girl she was the host of The Biggest Loser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So
then my friend sent me a makeup girl that lives in Tempe. Like she does makeup on TikTok and Instagram. But her Instagram's like 1 million followers, and TikTok's
ridiculous.
like 2 million.
Crazy.
I mean, if you have 1 million on Instagram, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
Because that's hard to
That's
do.
big time, yeah.
That's really
Unless you're
hard to do.
buying, which I'm assuming she's not, but that's hard.
Can you buy followers on TikTok?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
Or
buy,
I don't know about TikTok, but
I was saying TikTok. I don't know if you can
I'm
buy
sure.
on
I'm sure
TikTok.
you could. I don't know why you
How?
would.
How would you buy them?
there's tons of agents that buy followers on Instagram. Drives me crazy.
On Instagram, yeah, but not on TikTok. It's different.
know if
I'm
you
sure
can
there's
TikTok.
people that just create dozens, if not hundreds, of accounts, and then they'll just like spam. They're not real. They're just a number.
like they have like a.
Yeah, but I
I
look
get
at
it.
engagement. Like when I was doing clothing lines, so I did a clothing line for a little bit.
Yeah.
I have girls reach out to me about brand ambassador, like modeling.
Yeah,
my
modeling
clothes.
and the like. Yeah.
Yeah, so I look at their page. I'm like, you got 33,000 followers, but you get 100 likes a picture.
Yeah.
And then when you go to the videos, I'm like, how are you getting 200 views, but you have 33,000 followers?
Yeah.
Like you should, if you're at a 10% engagement on Instagram, you're amazing.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. And you get these people that have 20,000 followers and their videos are getting in their comments. You get 2 comments a video. You're a
Yeah.
hot woman. Like
You
there's
should
no
be
way
getting
you're
a few.
getting
There
1
should
to
be
2
some conversations happening.
Yeah, so I looked
100%.
yeah, so people can buy it, but I'm like, that kind of makes you look more illegitimate when you're buying.
You were just saying this, yeah.
It would be so much better if you had 1,000 followers and you were getting 100, 200 likes. That's way more impressive than having a large audience and have
Yeah.
what you
Paid
said, 0
account.
engagement.
It helps me out too. If I make a video and it gets, so I have 8,000 followers, like 8,200.
Mm-hmm.
But if I get 2,000 views on a video, I'm like, fuck, I'm at like 20% engagement. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
And then if I put some out that gets 700 views,
Uh-huh.
it means people aren't really sharing it. People aren't staying on the video. So I'm just like, so it helps me tweak what I post.
Sure. Yeah.
So like, I don't know why people want that fake. I'm like, the whole
No.
point is to grow.
It's the little number they want. It's an
Yeah.
ego boost. They want to see that number, which again,
So-
like you said, it's not really all that important. It doesn't actually show interaction with humans. And from a real company or brand ambassador, it's not.
Well, I wanted to buy 2,000 followers because I just wanted to get that 10,000 so you can do the swipe up.
So you can do the swipe up. Okay,
But
I
I'm
will
just
say
like,
that
I
it's-
can't. I just, like, I can't. I almost did it one night. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. It's like $20
Yeah,
to get 2,000 followers, and I was just like, I don't want my engagement to look like shit. I don't want to show 10,000. Now, if I put a picture up and it gets 150 likes, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna start.
That's still 15%. That's not terrible.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, no, 100%. Engagement is what rules the landscape in that. But it's go ahead.
I was just gonna make sure I get this question before because you mentioned a realtor that I had never heard of. Of the realtor influencers that I've seen, that's like Ryan Panetta, Grant Cardone. I really like Ryan. Like, who do you think is like legit, like super, like down to earth, and like who would you like not recommend?
Like personally, I don't know.
If you know any of them.
I don't know any person. Like
From
someone put a video because I just did a video of me at a listing where I was in a full suit and I went down the slide.
I saw that.
That was
In a
good.
full
That was
suit
good.
in the backyard, and someone's like, "Oh, you copied Ryan Serhan." I go to Ryan Serhan's page. I'm like, "Well, first of all, I did this back in when I first started. Like, my whole thing was to get social media, so I did an open house at that $3 million house.
You're right, yeah.
And I was in the hot tub with a bottle of wine in my full suit. And I'm like, first of all, I did it before him. I just didn't have the presence, but
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Ryan Serhan's huge on social media.
Is he the one in New York?
Yeah, he's.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do know who he is.
And someone told me his sister works for him. She's like, I'm gonna show him your page. And then 2 weeks later, he made that one. I'm like, I wonder. I doubt it, but I'm like, I wonder if I had any kind of influence on that. But I don't know. Like Grant Cardone's, he's huge, but he's more of a national. Locally, I don't think Shannon Gillette is probably the most popular locally.
Locally, you're the guy I think of.
Well, I think I'm up there with them now. Just
100% locally.
just like the lawyer, I got the idea for the billboards I did a podcast with the Tattooed Lawyer.
I saw him. Yeah, the
So
anti-lawyer.
he's the anti-lawyer lawyer
Yeah,
now.
I
but-
saw that. I saw the podcast too.
So that was my whole. He gave me the idea of getting into real estate. So I get people that I get 2 messages, 3 messages a day of people just telling me I inspired them. Like, you inspired
Awesome.
me to do this. You inspired me to, and to me, like, it sounds stupid. Like, because I look at myself as a normal person. Like, I'm like, and I get that anxiety. Like, what are you looking up to me? Like, but in reality, when I think about it, he was that to me. So when I first met him, like, it was like I met a celebrity. Because to me, I was driving a semi, and I saw his very first billboard he ever put up as the Tattooed Lawyer. Mm-hmm. And my first thought was, that's exactly what I'd work for. So when it come to getting real estate, I was like, that moment stuck with me for years and years and years, to the point where now I'm like, I'm going to copy what he did. I'm just going to be the Tattooed Realtor instead of the Tattooed Lawyer. He changed it to the Anti-Lawyer. But when I first met him, because I had a mutual friend, and we ended up doing a podcast together. When I first met him, I gave him a hug. I'm like, dude, you have no idea. Like, you changed my life. And he looked at me like whoa. Like, he hated hearing it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is the thought I get. Like, he is that figure to me that he helped spark an idea.
The idea behind the whole thing that's
changed.
It's very encouraging when you see 20/20 hindsight and you can look back and see the people that really had the impact.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to tell them, even if they do kind of act, because I told one of my mentors the same exact thing. I'm like, I don't know if you know this, but you haven't seen me in years, but you kind of sent the trajectory of my life in this direction when it was going this way. Yeah. And now it's working. And I just it's important, I think, to tell them is the point I'm making. Even if they don't, they're not ready for it, but tell them, because that's huge.
I just want to be that name now, just because. Like, it just changed. Like, if I can do that, like, I started doing speaking events now too.
Yeah, I see.
And I'm
We've seen
the
that.
worst
Yeah.
public speaker in the world. Like, I don't like doing it.
Yeah.
I was in a group of over 100, and they voted me the best speaker. And I was like, how? They're like, because you were nervous. Like, you were just yourself. Like, people eat that shit up.
Yeah.
Like, I started my whole thing like, hey, don't like doing this.
Because they're thinking, man, if I was up there, I'd be nervous right now.
But I'm to a point where my life, I feel so guilty sometimes because my life's changed. I love the life I live now.
Of course, man.
I want to be that person to as many people as I can. So when I go to a room now, I have so much less pressure. Like, because I'm like, I don't care if there's 100 of you. I'm just trying to get one person. Like, if I can give you an idea, if I can spark one little thing that makes you change your life or your marketing or your business sense. Like, and so that's all I go after now. So now it's a lot less stress when I go into a room and speak, because I'm just like, I just need one person. That's it.
And you also know that, okay, people are actually resonating with the genuine me. And I feel like that's what makes, I can tell just from this time we've had, man. That the reason people are attracted to working with you is that the environment you create is one that's genuine. I know that it's not like a facade. We're just talking. And you are who people see in the advertisements, and when you work with you, it's like, oh, this is exactly how I envisioned this. This is awesome. He just showcases him.
But like, I genuinely, like, this is not just about real estate. Like, I genuinely care about changing the stigma. Like, I want to be in front of people. I want you to have a 30-second conversation with me, because I know the power of perception. I know the power of
when you speak of stigma, you're talking about your appearance as opposed to
any tattooed person.
Sure.
So anyone that has, tattooed people or whatever, but when you start getting the neck, face, head, hands, even maybe, you start getting
less today, but yes,
different category. Less today, but it's still a different category that I'm trying to change the stigma, because some of the best people I met are covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
But you would never know, and I'm not naive in the fact that I realize that a lot of bad people have face tattoos, but a lot of bad people have zero tattoos. And I want to change the stigma, because the biggest knock I get on the haters is who would want to work with him because of the way he looks. I'm like, you're saying it because of the way it looks. And someone had replied to one of my ads I ran once, and she's like, you'd like this guy with face tattoos to be your surgeon? And like, people really think like that. To me, how stupid that fucking comment sounds.
Yeah.
Like, you mean to tell me that I'm going to go to school for 8 years. I'm going to ruin my entire 20s by dedicating myself to medical school. I'm going to go into $300,000 in medical debt. I'm going to go through a residency. I'm not going to be going out to drink. I'm not going to be going out. Like, my whole life in my 20s is school.
Dedicating to helping you.
And now I'm going to get somebody to hire me. and I'm going to go through the boards and get certified to become a surgeon to fuck up because my face is tattooed. Like, this is the thought process people have. And I do want to change that stigma. Like, like it doesn't matter what you
and
look
it's an old stigma too. It's being, I feel like it's being weeded out a bit. It's because it's a lot the generation before us. The tattoo thing has become so popular now. Like you said, I mean, hands are a perfect example.
Yeah.
I remember when a person with a hand tattoo, you were like, whoa, that's out there. Now everybody's got them everywhere.
Judge me if you want. Like, that's cool. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Just give me a 30-second conversation before you determine what kind of character I am.
Of course.
Like, judge me saying your tattoos are ugly. Cool. I would never date someone like you. Cool. I think it's hideous. Cool. Like, all those are good. Don't judge my character based on my look.
Oh,
like, judge me and my look, whatever. But if you're going to judge my character and call me a bad person or say who would trust you or who this, have a 30-second conversation with me before. And I just want that stigma to change across, not just people with dreads. People, my buddy, he played in the NFL. He's 6'4", 300 pounds, dreads. You look at him, he's a mean-looking dude.
I bet.
He's the nicest guy I never met. Never had a drop of alcohol. Never done a drug in his life. Never had a drop of alcohol.
Yeah.
Nicest guy you have, master's degree. But if you look at him and you walk down the street, you're like, that's somebody I don't want to mess with. He looks like a gangbanger.
Well, and that's with the NFL, being around those people and seeing behind the curtain. It is so true because bigger guys that are out there, guys that have this perception, they're on TV, add fame to that, add a sport to that. People's perception of those kinds of people is shaped long before they ever speak to you. So these are the conversations that they would have with each other and they'd have with me that I just kind of absorb because it is interesting because that's never been me. That's never been something that has ever happened to me because of the way I look. But to have a perception formed about you before anybody meets you is an odd little hill to have to overcome. That it's important to change that because a lot of people don't really know what's going on. Yeah. People that don't have face tattoos have no idea what you go through on a daily basis with that.
And it's just like, it goes back to that point of the 33%. Like, people are like, there's people that aren't going to want to work with you. I'm like, you're 100% right. No, not everyone's going to want to work with me. But not everyone wants to work with that cookie cutter agent too. Not everyone works with that suit and tie guy. Not everyone wants that old lady that's been in the business for 40. Like, not everyone resonates to everybody. Like, pick your piece of the pie and go for it and just hope everybody else follows. Like, my piece of the pie was the tattooed community. It ended up being such a bigger picture.
Yes, it has.
But I judge people when I was doing open houses and I see the family walk in and it's the white picket fence family. Like, my whole thought is they're gonna hate me. I've closed 3 or 4 of those people from open houses.
Sure.
Because the conversation, like, building rapport is what's important. It's a relationship business. So if you can build a relationship with these people, so just as much as I hate being judged, I think we all do it. It's just but I give everyone an opportunity, and that's what I want. Like, judge me, that's fine. Just give me an opportunity. Change your mind.
And just not letting any of the interactions with people in the past impact the ones in the future. Just it's a great mindset. And like you said, it doesn't just apply to tattoos; it applies just all the way around.
Piercings, dreads,
anything.
Color your skin, like that.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Again, bro, thank you so much for coming on. This was awesome. This is one of we've been going for like
a little over an hour.
An hour, right? Nice. Yeah, and typically we
feels like
cap around
15
there.
Minutes.
No, really though. When I say we could talk for 4 or 5 hours, I mean we've done it before. And when the conversation's going so good, when it's so, I mean, this is deep. This is great stuff. Yeah. This is probably one of my favorite episodes we've done. Nice. Yeah. Thank you again, guys. Justin Mercer, the Tattooed Realtor with Keller Williams, right? I do want to give a shout out to your brokerage while we're here. Thanks, guys.
If you want to check out my Instagram, Tattooed, TOO Tattooed.
Absolutely.
We'll also put a link in the description as well. Do you have a YouTube channel as well? Or
no, I should do one, but no.
No worries. I'll do Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
If you,
I'll start making videos again soon.
Yeah, you need to start making TikToks again.
Yeah. No, you really do though.
No.
Yeah.
How many before we end? How many Instagram followers have you gained from TikTok? Do you think?
Oh boy.
How many do you have on TikTok?
200.
A little over 200.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gone well. That's and we didn't really dive into the specificity of each individual market and how they're different, TikTok to Instagram to Facebook and whatnot. But yeah, we have really found success building these funnels and building this system that that's Eli's big part of this business.
The only reason I did TikTok is to push people to Instagram, it didn't really push that many. But now I'm like, I have a whole different set of people on my TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But I get recognized by so many kids because of the TikTok.
Yeah.
But then I start thinking, oh, they got parents that can start talking to me about that.
That demographic has shifted too, quite a lot.
How often were you posting? I'm curious.
Well, I wasn't at TikTok.
At TikTok,
The only reason I started TikTok is I did a video on an Instagram story once, and my sister put it on TikTok. She's like, put this on TikTok, it'd go crazy. I'm like, no, I'm good. And she put it on her TikTok, and it got 800,000 views.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe I should get a TikTok.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I put that video up and ended up getting like 2 million views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I got addicted to that. I was like, oh shit! Like, I thought me starting with 200 followers on TikTok from Instagram and Facebook was gonna be like an ego hit. I'm gonna get like 4 views. So once I started getting views on videos, I was like, oh, this is a little endorphin high.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I should do more, but.
I think that obviously there's a lot of organic with Brandon's Instagram as well, but I think when we started, you were just over 10,000 Instagram.
Just over.
And now you're over 20?
Dude, it's been going up. We're at like 23 or I think we're 23.8.
Is a lot of it from TikTok or is it from
Almost all of it.
Oh, okay.
Almost all of it now is from TikTok. I will say this though, Instagram itself has actually been rewarding us quite well recently, and we post like a madman. I'm telling you, I put on Instagram on story. I probably post 12 to 14 times per day.
Oh, shit.
On the actual front page, post twice. And then the interactions that I have now, because I'm dealing with so many, because I hand select the companies that I want to really work with, and not just based on the functionality of whatever equipment they sell or whatever, if they sell CBD or anything like that. But you also want to look at it because it is a factor. Okay, how are they addressing their market? How are they presenting right now without me? If I partner with them, what is the overturn from their followers to mine? And that's a big part of how the brand now has grown on Instagram, is just the interactions that I have now with, I have amazing contacts with all these companies.
Well, once I dove deep in your page, like I think I have 40 people that follow you. Or
I think,
40
yeah.
of my friends
Yeah,
follow you.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Like, oh, shit. Like when people reach out to me, sometimes it's hard for me to, like, I forget. Like, I'm a squirrel like guy.
Yeah.
So if you message me and I was at a red light and I was reading it, like, I'm not going to process a lot of it. I'm probably not going to go to the page and like, look. But once I like dove deep in your page and I was like, oh shit, like this is great stuff. And like I got 40 people. Like it's just a matter of like going. But
it's a lot of fun, and we have really, I can say I have come to really enjoy growing a little community. And we try also with a lot of our, because we do paid advertising for training, for our, all that stuff. But we try to keep it local because most of the paid advertising I do is for training.
yeah.
And so the followers, it's really fun to build the community of people that are kind of around you. And Gilbert is obviously the bread and butter.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. Yeah, and TikTok's been great. It's funny.
TikTok too. So I can
Yep, we just followed you, so.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but
Thanks for having me on. For sure.
thanks
That was
again.
great, yeah.
Thanks for coming on, bro. We kind of went off on a second tangent there, and we could talk for hours. I'm telling you, we got to do this again.
I was gonna say
We need to do this again, like maybe a few times, because there are so much we can talk about, and so much that I think again our audience will appreciate, because these are the things that we try to already teach them, and brand awareness and all that stuff is the kind of comments and questions we get are about that. So
we didn't get into a lot of the story. We didn't get into like the acting stuff you said. Like, we didn't
yeah,
get into a lot of
that's
stuff.
right. All that
there's
stuff.
still a lot.
We'll do a number 2 if you ever want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it, guys. Stay tuned. We'll do a part 2 later on.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the podcast. If you guys like our content and you want to see more of it, click the subscribe button down below, or as always, you can follow us on any of our other social media platforms. Stay fit, you guys. Stay healthy, and become the 1%.